It's your boy Nar from the Nar Report. Back today with another episode. This is episode 64 of the Nar Report. It is a pleasure to be here. And I just want to say before we get things started, thank y'all for all the love and support y'all have given me on all of the social media platforms here on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And speaking of the Instagram and TikTok, make sure y'all follow me on the Instagram and TikTok at D_NAR_report. All right. That's D_NAR_report. It is right here. Instagram and TikTok, same username. Or just type in the NAR report. All right. And in today's episode, it's going to be fun. All right. Episode 64 is about to be a blast. We have the NBA playoffs, baby. We got the playoffs, right? The NBA playoffs. The best time of the year. Generally my favorite time of the year right here. Better than the NFL playoffs and all these other playoffs. This is the best playoffs of the century of sports, the NBA playoffs. All right. And then today I'm here to give you my prediction on each series, who I think is going to win the playing games and stuff like that, and how the series will go down. All right. The regular season ended last night with all 30 teams in action. Shout out to the teams that made it to the postseason. If you didn't make it, better luck next year. And now it's time to go with these predictions. Starting off in the play-in tournament, we're going to start off in the Western Conference. First game, we got the Phoenix Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. Good game. I think it's going to be a good game right here. It can go either way. Denny Avdija versus Devin Booker. I feel like it's going to be a dogfight. This is a young Portland team that's on the rise. Nobody really expected the Portland Trailblazers to be in this position, even though Damian Lillard is out for the season. But shout out to the Portland Trailblazers, led by that young all-star in Denny Avdija. That man could ball. And they got some ballers over there too, so don't sleep on Portland. The Phoenix Suns are healthy. They got Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks coming into this game. They are at home in Phoenix. I will take the Phoenix Suns to beat the Portland Trailblazers at home in Phoenix in a 7-8 game. Now, for those of y'all that don't know how the play-in tournament works, there are 4 teams in each conference, East versus West. Seeds 7, 8, 9, and 10 are participating. You got the 7th seed versus the 8th seed, 9th seed versus the 10th seed. 7 versus 8 works like this. When you are in the playoffs as the 7th seed, you lose, you get one more chance against either the 9 or 10 game. Okay? 9 and 10 works like this. Win, you move on to play for the 8th seed. Lose, you're out. Season over. Okay? So in the Phoenix and Portland game, if you win, you are in the playoffs as the 7th seed and take on the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. You lose, you're not eliminated. Okay? So you get another chance against either the Los Angeles Clippers or the Golden State Warriors. All right. So I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns over the Portland Trailblazers in that 7-8 game. I think it's going to be a blast, but I just think Phoenix is the better team. So the Suns will win and take on the San Antonio Spurs in round 1. Next up, we got the 9 and 10 game. We got the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. We get your popcorn for this. Get your snacks, get your drinks, get everything. Grab you some food because this is about to be the playing game right here. LA versus Golden State, Clippers and Warriors, Steph Curry versus Kawhi Leonard. Both players are healthy. Both teams are healthy. I think this game going to overtime, and it comes down to a game with a shot. The Warriors, they've been up and down a lot this season with injuries and stuff like that. The Clippers started off 6-21 and now are above 500 in a position to make the playoffs. What a turnaround by the Los Angeles Clippers. As that being said, I'm going to take the Clippers at home. I just think they're the better team right now. Golden State is dealing with a lot of injuries. Now, I'm not saying Steph Curry can't win this game, but I do have a feeling Steph Curry can take this team to the playoffs, win 2 play-in games, okay? But I'm going to take the Los Angeles Clippers at home to beat the Golden State Warriors, and they will move on for the 8th seed. And then for the 8th seed in the West, we got the Portland Trailblazers and the Los Angeles Clippers. Good game. I'm taking the Clippers. I think Portland puts up a fight. Remember my other episode, I have the Portland Trailblazers making the playoffs as one of my hot takes. I say that because I didn't know what the Clippers had going on, but now since the Clippers are in a position to make the playoffs, I'm going to say the Clippers make it over Portland. But Portland, I think they will make the playoffs next year if it's not this season with Damian Lillard coming back. All right. So give me the LA Clippers over the Portland Trailblazers for the AC. They will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So my first round matchups in the West, OKC Thunder, LA Clippers, LA Lakers, Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, San Antonio Spurs, Phoenix Suns. Okay, and I'm here to give you my Western first round predictions for the West Conference. OKC Thunder, LA Clippers. Give me OKC at 6. I do think the Clippers will give OKC a run for their money. You got the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets. Good series. Bron versus KD. Those two never disappoint when they go up against each other. I will take the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games because I do believe Luka Doncic will be back in time for this series. And I don't really trust Houston like that. They don't really have a true point guard. Now, they have Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams healthy. Then, yeah, I would take the Houston Rockets. But in my opinion, I just think the Lakers are the better team. So give me the Los Angeles Lakers to beat the Houston Rockets. And I think LeBron James is going to go off. Okay? I think LeBron's going to go off. He's about to have a good series. I think he's going to average 30 this series. Next series, we got the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Woo-wee! I wanted this in the first round. You know when these two teams go up against each other, it's always a good game. It feels like a playoff game. Every game is going to feel like a game 7 in this series, okay? You got Ant-Man versus Jokic, a rematch of the 2024 Western Conference semifinals. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be healthy. He will be the X factor in this series for the Timberwolves. Jokic is going to be the X factor for the Nuggets. But the question is, can Rudy Gobert maintain Nikola Jokic in this series? I think he can. So I'm rolling with the Timberwolves in this series in 7 games. Give me Wolves in 7 against the Denver Nuggets. San Antonio Spurs and Phoenix Suns. I'm going to take the Spurs in 5. But I won't be surprised if Phoenix take this series to 6 and 7 games because Phoenix got a solid team, but I don't think it will be enough to upset the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama is about to have himself a good playoffs this year. He really is. That man about to go off. Then in the East, we got the playing game for the 76ers and the Orlando Magic. Philly versus Orlando. Give me the 76ers at home against the Magic. I just think the Sixers are the better team. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Escom, they're going to have a great game. The Orlando Magic. Let me just ask one question. Orlando, how did you lose that game yesterday against the Boston Celtics, who were resting their starters? Yes, you heard it. I said it. The Boston Celtics bench beat the Orlando Magic, who are playing for something. After that game, I said Orlando's missing the playoffs. Jamal Mosley is about to get fired because that team is trending downward the wrong time. All right. So give me the 76ers to beat the Orlando Magic in the 7-8 game and advance to the playoffs as the 7th seed. They will take on the Boston Celtics. 9 versus 10. So Orlando will play one more game for the 8th seed against either Charlotte or Miami. Next game, we got the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat. Good game. Okay, I think this is going to be a dogfight. LaMelo Ball versus Bam Adebayo in Charlotte. The atmosphere in Charlotte is about to be crazy. Let me tell you something. I'm going with the Charlotte Hornets. But for some reason, watch how the Miami Heat end up winning this game. Because for some reason, when the Miami Heat are in the play-in tournament, they look like the 2012, 2013 Miami Heat team. They do. For some reason, they just love turning up in the play-in tournament. And Miami is the most experienced team in the play-in, so they are the play-in Heat. I have a feeling Miami is going to win this game, but give me the Charlotte Hornets. And then for the AC, we got the Orlando Magic and the Charlotte Hornets. Give me the Hornets. Okay, I think this team is hot at the right time. Young team on the rise. They will advance to the playoffs as the AC to take on the Detroit Pistons. And here are my Eastern Conference first round predictions. 1 versus 8, Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets. Man, this popcorn series right here. 2 young, athletic, well-coached teams that are on the rise going up against each other. And you have 2 young all-stars in Cade Cunningham and LaMelo Ball. For the past 2 series, not the past 2 series, but the past 2 games when these 2 teams played each other, there were fights, trash talking, all that other stuff. Listen, this about to be one of them series right here. But give me the Detroit Pistons in 6 games. I do feel like Charlotte will put up a fight. I'm going to say this right now. If the Hornets upset the Pistons, I will not be surprised because Charlotte has a squad. LaMelo Ball, Konkunupo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Moose. Them boys can ball over there in Charlotte. I do believe they will put up a fight to the Detroit Pistons. Next game in the East, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Toronto Raptors. I'm going to say this right now. I ain't really going to be paying attention to this series like that because the Cleveland Cavaliers are just going to dominate the Toronto Raptors. Okay? To be honest, I think Cleveland sweeps Toronto because I don't know how in the heck Toronto finished as the top 5 team in the Eastern Conference. But Toronto is nice, though. But I don't think they're going to do much against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. I think they're just going to be too much for Toronto. So with that being said, give me the Cleveland Cavaliers to sweep the Toronto Raptors or maybe win in 5 games. Okay? Next series, we got the New York Knicks taking on my Atlanta Hawks. You heard it. My Atlanta Hawks are back in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since 2023. I am excited for this series. I wanted the Knicks in the first round. Let's talk about it. Man, I'm going to tell you this right now. I do believe we can upset the New York Knicks in round 1, and I'll tell you why. 1 is because we're younger and athletic, more younger and athletic. And 2, New York is nice, but I don't really trust their guys like that. I can trust Jalen Brunson, but for the New York Knicks to win this series, they're going to need Karl-Anthony Towns, okay? So for Karl-Anthony Towns, you cannot get in foul trouble, okay? Because once Cat is in foul trouble, the team is just not the same because Karl-Anthony Towns is an X factor and a difference maker for the New York Knicks, and he will be that in the postseason, okay? And the Atlanta Hawks, man, what a turnaround season we had after trading Trae Young. At the All-Star break, we was 26-30, 10th in the East. Then we finished the season 46-36, 6th in the East, automatic playoff spot. I am proud of this team and what we have done during the second half of the regular season. And listen, I believe Quinn Snyder is going to get these guys hyped up. Jalen Johnson's about to have a good series. Dyson Daniels going to have a great series. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, most improved player. He about to have a good series. With the bench we have, we got a good bench in Atlanta, okay? With Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench. I think Kuminga's going to have a great series. We are a young team that's on the rise. And I do believe since we traded Trae Young, we went younger. So that was a good move by the Atlanta Hawks. And coming from a Hawks fan, I don't care what y'all say, but the Atlanta Hawks will beat the New York Knicks in 6 games. Yes, you heard me. Hawks in 6. Now, a lot of people are expecting to pick the Knicks in this series because, you know, they're the better team, but we are the underdogs. I love being the underdog, okay? So y'all can sleep on the Hawks, but I'm letting you know right now, Hawks at 6. Come back to this video when I'm correct. And then last but not least, you got the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, if Embiid somehow comes back in the playoffs and he's healthy, I think the Sixers go to 7 games with Boston. But as of right now, I'm going to say the Celtics win in 6 games against the 76ers. And that's it. Those are my Eastern Conference first round predictions. So in the second round of the playoffs, I got Boston in Atlanta in a 2-6 game. I got Detroit and Cleveland, OKC and LA Lakers, and then the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves is who I got in the second round. And for the playing games tomorrow, about to be a blast. Okay, the playing tournament starts tomorrow at 7:30 with the Hornets and Heat. And then you got the Blazers and the Suns. Wednesday, you got Golden State and LA with Orlando and Philly. So make sure you stay tuned for those playoff games. I will be doing recaps on my social media page on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure y'all follow that. All right, and stay tuned for more. But that's it. That concludes today's episode of the NAR Report. I appreciate everybody that joined. I appreciate everybody for the love and support. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all have winning in these playoffs, who y'all got going to the finals, who y'all got winning the playing games. All right, it was a pleasure to be here. Thank y'all for all the love and support. And don't forget to follow me on the social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok right here at _NAR_report. Okay, and that's it. Have a good rest of your day. I will see y'all on my next episode. NAR out. And let's go Hawks.